We need some cool intro music. I guess we can just sing to everybody.
I don't think you want me to do that.
Me either. Definitely not. All right, we'll give it a couple more seconds. And welcome back to Giving Tuesday. Now we are here with Claire Mullen from the Salina Area United Way. Megan and Chris, again, I'm Megan, that's Chris. We are from the Greater Salina Community Foundation, and we have had the pleasure today of interviewing every half hour of the day, interviewing a different nonprofit in Salina and Saline County to see how things are going and find out how you as the community can continue to support our nonprofits as the world slowly begins to open back up. They still have a lot of needs out there, and we want to make sure that we are fully supporting their efforts as they are the ones providing lots of support back to the community. And the United Way, holy cow, was one of the first organizations in our community within a couple of days, I think, to actually provide some response to that. So we're so excited to have you with us, Claire, and to
Yes.
hear about how things have been going. I know personally, like from talking with you, that it's been really crazy. So thank you for all of that.
Yes. Thanks for having me. It's exciting to be able to see people again here on video
Right?
chat.
Even if we're in a tunnel?
Even if we're in tunnels. But like we said, it gives us something to laugh about because you can hear me say, huh, all through the 15 minutes. And, so here we go.
That's perfect.
For those of you that maybe don't understand the joke, Chris sounds like he's in a wind tunnel, and God bless him. We have tried everything to figure it out, and we just can't. So we're just rolling with it. Chris is in a wind tunnel, also known as our office, and you know what? We can hear him enough, so it's gonna be great. And with that, I think Chris is gonna just kick off the conversation with Claire. Here we go.
Yeah, Claire, no, thank you. And great to, like you said, see another person and talk to somebody else. So, but yeah, why don't you just tell us a general update on how everything's going for you guys day to day? What does everything look like?
Sure. So, as Megan mentioned, right when all this kind of started, we launched a COVID-19 relief fund. And so far, we have raised, we're kind of at a standstill waiting for some money to get here that's been donated to us so that we physically have it in hand. But we're looking at about 80,000 that we've raised so far. So once we get those dollars that have been promised to us, we'll be able to start granting back out again. But so far, we've granted out 67,000 to nonprofits in our community that have been helping out with individuals who need basic needs, food, shelter, rent, utilities, education. We've done a lot with the schools, things like that, so that they can continue to provide those services to people in our community. So as far as that's kind of where we are with that. But we have opened our office back up. Myself and Brenda are here in the office. Our admin assistant is still at home, trying to keep it limited in here. So we are open, kind of back getting into our day-to-day routines, starting to work towards a campaign that will be coming up already here in the next few months. So that's kind of where we are. But just remembering that we still have campaign coming up, and we're so appreciative of all the dollars that have already been donated, but we have to be thinking into the future as well, like everyone else. So
And when is that campaign?
So campaign kickoff is usually at the end of August, beginning of September. So we're working through kind of what our new theme will be for this year, and getting those things in place. We're getting our luncheon kind of starting to get planned that we do with our internal coordinators at all of our businesses that really help us do the campaigns and businesses and things like that. So we're working through that right now. So we're really, really excited to be able to kind of get back into a little bit of a normal routine, getting back into the office.
Well, it sounds like the big positive is the money. $80,000, that's amazing. Walk us through some more positives that you've seen throughout these times that, from you guys day to day. What are some of the things that have allowed you guys to see that maybe we didn't see before?
So it's just a lot of, I think, new people that have maybe not always donated to the United Way or didn't know what we were about. And so being able to share that information with them and help them better understand kind of what we do here at the United Way has been really, really positive. As a lot of people know, we also have programs that we operate, and we have ROAR, our Raising Active Wild Readers, that we do during the summer lunch, where we have volunteers that read books to the kiddos while they come eat their lunches, and then they get to take a book home with them every time they come and eat lunch. And so we're kind of working through that, and just the amount of ideas that our volunteers on our programs committee that are coming up to figure out how we can continue to get books into kiddos' hands and things like that. That has been really, really positive. We're excited to kind of see what we can come up with once the school board has had a chance to figure out what summer lunches are going to look like. But we're actively coming up with new ideas and new ways that we can make sure that kiddos still get books. So that's been another really great positive. Just the ideas and how creative everybody's being during these times to figure out how we can still help one another.
So you guys deliver or have like an option for people to go pick up, books right now, or what's?
So right now, some of the ideas that we're throwing around are we'll choose one of the location sites that are lunches, and we'll hold up books to the kids in the cars and let them point at which one they want and give that with their lunch bag. So that's one of the ideas that we've been throwing around. We did get some numbers about how many kids a week are getting lunches, and it's well over 1,000 kids a week that are getting lunches through USD 305 right now. And that is huge. So we're trying to figure out how we're going to get enough books to be able to do that and things like that. So really working through that kind of stuff is having us be a bit more creative. So
it sounds like book donations. If someone wanted to donate some books, can they just come and buy in a box? So
yes, that's kind of what we're talking about, is if we're going to need to do maybe a book drive or something like that. That was a comment that was made actually a little while ago. We were on our programs committee meeting over the lunch hour, and we were talking about maybe we need to set up some donations for books here at the office. So we're hoping to kind of work through that and maybe have an idea once we hear next week what the plans are. The school is supposed to be getting back to us next week, so maybe we'll have something to share next week about dropping books off for us. So
awesome. Definitely share that information in the new Facebook group.
Yes, which is awesome, by the way.
Thanks.
Great one.
We dream up crazy things when we're at home.
I feel like
crazy
that's what
cool
all of
things.
us are doing.
We're like, hey, how can we make this easy for everybody? But that's exactly the kind of opportunity. Everybody's at home, clean out your bookshelf, and then make them aware of that opportunity, and then they can bring you. I'm looking at my bookshelf here, and I could probably share some stuff that I don't read anymore. So
we definitely got some good.
Yeah, start packing it up.
Yes, I'll bring it over right now.
Okay.
Well.
Claire, what do you see? What challenges do you see coming up or ahead of us, or for you guys, really?
Sure. Well, obviously, we're a little bit just kind of concerned about what next year's campaign will look like. We know that there's people that are struggling now and just don't have the means to be able to donate like they normally would and things like that. So just really kind of looking at what this upcoming campaign will look like, with assuming that probably donations will be down a little bit, and how we can be a little bit more strategic about how we use funds going forward with, programs and granting out dollars and things like that, so that we can kind of help stretch those dollars as far as we can. So that's probably the biggest challenge that we are seeing right now. And then, with having to cancel VITA, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, that a lot of people really relied on. We're looking at how we can maybe have more options next year, maybe an online option. So that's kind of been a little bit of a struggle, is just to have to tell people that we aren't opening back up, and hopefully be able to come up with some other options going forward. So those kind of things with our programs and campaign are the biggest ones that we see right now. So
are there some changes you guys have made recently that you think you'll keep in place for the long term in the future?
Say that one more time. I didn't catch the beginning.
Are there some changes you guys have made recently that you think you'll keep in place for the long term?
Not right now, to be honest. The relief fund was kind of something that had never been done before. And I hope that we never have to do it again. So obviously that's not something I want to keep in place. We saw some things out there. So we initially thought we were going to stop on the 30th, but some things came up with Tony's and Kansas Gas. So we're still accepting. We're not necessarily pushing it as much as we were before. We still have about 8 applications sitting in queue right now, waiting to hopefully be awarded some money. But as far as carrying anything else forward, not of right now. So.
Well, you mentioned the relief fund and the books. What are some of the things that people can do to get back to you right now and for the long-term stuff?
Keep your eyes open. We might have some volunteer stuff coming up depending on how things go. Just, if you know anybody that's needing help, support, resources, there's always 211. You can direct them to that, to dial 211 to find out what's available in their community. So we're really trying to make sure that we keep pushing that out. Any other nonprofits that, have things that change from their normal day-to-day stuff, be sure to let us know so we can keep 211 up to date with those, so that anybody that calls has the most current information. So that would be really, really important for us, is just to make sure that we're still communicating and letting us know what's going on so we can continue to help people. So.
Awesome. Well, an option for 211 for helping, and then the books, the relief fund. And so you said the book drive, keep an eye out for some more information next week, right?
Yep. We're kind of going to talk through it this week, I think, and just kind of get a plan together of, depending on how many books we get, how we're going to store that, and kind of what a drop off would look like. Since, we still need to be cautious with social distancing and things like that. So kind of working through what that would look like to keep everybody as safe as possible and be able to still do something good. So.
Awesome. Well, it's been so fun to see all of your partnerships with all of the different businesses here in town in response to the emergency fund that you guys set up. And so I know that we're really grateful for the United Way and their immediate response to that. It's really great to have you guys as a community partner in that regard. And I think it's been very well received and appreciated by the community. So I hope you feel that love from all over.
I do. Thank you. And we appreciate you guys too. Without your guys' support and doing stuff like this, it's just another way we can get that word out. So.
Well, it's fun. And it's especially fun because, like we've said, we get to see you and listen to Chris and his wind tunnel. We're going to have to get him like a space helmet.
Right? You should
Oh
turn some
gosh.
fans on and blow them so maybe your hair starts to blow so we get the full effect.
Well, Chris is rocking
I'll work on it.
the pandemic haircut. I think he let his kids cut his hair.
I did. I've tried to shape it back together piece by piece as it gets longer. So
it looks good.
Yeah, you don't look bad. So that's really all that matters. You don't have any like bald spots or anything. So they didn't nick you or anything. So that's good.
no blood.
No blood.
No blood. Well, thank you so much, Claire. It
Thank
is always a
you.
pleasure. Keep us posted on what you've got going on and ways that we can help and how we can help promote what you guys are doing. And one more time, everybody, just make sure you check out the United Way online. Claire, remind me of what the website address is for the United Way.
Yeah, it's unitedwaysalina.org.
I should have had that banner pulled up here and ready to go, and I didn't.
Yeah,
And
hey,
they're
it's
getting
okay.
ready
You're
to.
having too much fun. See,
We were having too much fun. So if you would like to contribute to the United Way, there it is. I think it's spelled correctly. You can give at unitedwaysalina.org. Stay in touch with the United Way on Facebook and see all the cool new programs that they've got going on. And it sounds like you should stay tuned to our Give Salina Facebook group because Claire is going to be sharing some cool opportunities, maybe about donating some old books in there. So we're excited to see that. It'll be awesome. So thank you so much, Claire. Take care. Good luck with everything. And we'll see you soon.
Hopefully sooner than later.
I agree. This is, this is fun, but it's not quite the same.
I know. I hear you.
See you, Claire.
Talk to you later,
Bye,
Claire.
guys.
Oh.
Okay, let me play with these settings again.
We're still live, but we'll kind of see. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so is it tough to listen to right now?
Yeah.
Audio mic. I'm going to default. I'll click disable. Okay, that doesn't change anything.
There's a lot of like rattling feedback. Like the sound of the rock.
Even when I'm not talking? Let me see. Now?
That's better.
Like a lot better or just a little bit?
That's a lot better.
Anything different now?
Yeah, this is like being at the eye doctor.
One or two? So should I leave it like this?
This works. We just like to give you a hard time.
Okay.
Except that you need the headphones. Well, if you love hearing Chris in a wind tunnel, I muted him for a second so that there's no feedback. But we are having so much fun. And let me see, we have six more nonprofits to go on our Giving Tuesday marathon, Giving Tuesday Now interview marathon. So we'll be up next with Andy Holtberg from Ashby House at 1:30. So we're going to close down this video, I believe, and open up our next one, which will go live at 1:30. But before we do that, if you've missed any of our interviews today, you can check out facebook.com/group/Give Salina, or just search for Give Salina and join the Facebook group to stay connected to all the nonprofit needs happening in our community. And you are also encouraged to like or follow Greater Salina Community Foundation on Facebook. So everybody say goodbye to Chris in his wind tunnel, and we will be back soon.
See ya.